Welcome. So, for data engineering, to understand the data engineering, I would like to take you back in the time, like to the year 1979. Okay, this was the year when internet was arriving. People were creating their web apps and they were storing the data in the database. Okay, so at that time they used to store the data in their database, and this was the time when they actually started doing the predictive analysis. Okay, and then descriptive, and then they also started the reporting. Okay, so all of these three incidents used to happen at that time. So basically, if I will develop a timeline here, okay, let me create one timeline for you guys. So this was a timeline, and we are in the era of 1979. Okay, this 1979, 1979. Okay, everything which I told you just now was in this era. Okay, so let me not make it in that way. Now, what happened is just after like 1 year later, 1980, something revolution happened. What happened? In 1980, companies started creating the technologies. Okay, so SQL was born, and then RDBMS was born. And usually, if you guys don't know, these were the technologies which were developed by IBM. Okay, and IBM developed these two technologies, and Oracle was the one which make it popular in the market. So from 1980s till 2000, uh, around 2000, this was the year of completely data warehousing. 2000, okay, and I will make one more point of 2004 here. This was also a remarkable year for computer science engineering student. That was 2004. Okay, I will talk about this. So within this period, okay, this period, the one which I am marking it in green, okay, sorry, red. This was the period of data engineering, data warehouse. Okay, so this was a period of data warehouse. We call it as data warehousing technology used to develop in this period, 1980 to 2000. Nowadays, there are multiple projects which are already going on in data warehouse, but still technology has been evaluated, and we don't actually work on data warehouse systems now, but I will give you glimpse of it while we will go further in the videos. Okay, so at 2004, there something revolution was happen, and what was that? Actually, there was a white paper. They call it as IEEE paper. Okay, these are research papers. There was a paper published for MapReduce. Okay, MapReduce was something which was used in Hadoop very much. Okay, Hadoop was a tech which comes under MapReduce. So we will talk about it later. But our scope is not toward the MapReduce, but I will tell you what it was during the comparison. Okay, so after that, around 2006, this was again, I will mark this as an important year in the history kind of a thing. Why? Because two things happen here. Okay, one was like Apache Hadoop was created from this IEEE paper. Okay, from this IEEE paper, Hadoop was created in the market. Hadoop came into the market, Apache Hadoop, and it was kept as open source. Okay, and it was created by Yahoo developers. Huh. And at the same time, AWS also come into the picture. What is AWS? Amazon Web Services. This was the first public cloud. It was the first public cloud. That's why AWS is so popular. First public cloud. Hmm? So this was our first public cloud, and later there were multiple came into the picture. Like Google came into the picture, Google Cloud. Then there was Azure, Microsoft Azure. Then there was one more, DigitalOcean, GIT, DigitalOcean, and Azure. Okay, so these were the private cloud which later on come into the air. So I believe AWS was keeping the eye on the market. Whenever any giant any framework is going to come into the picture, they will release this. First they are offering to the public cloud. This came into the picture in 2006. That's why if you see in most of the hiring, you will see Pyspark plus AWS. Any data, any cloud platform is also required there. That's the reason why it is being used. Okay, it is being asked everywhere. And nowadays, people are like, I will give you a today's timeline. If we talk about 2026 here, Okay, 2026. So people are also asking for AI now. AI data engineer. Data engineer. We will talk about AI data engineer as well later over the course, but the things are growing in this rapid pace. Okay, so it is not like AI is going to take your job. It is just an evaluation, and this is something very similar how things used to get evolved over the time. So we our scope is not from 1979. So we I will give you a glimpse from 2006 to 2026. Definitely, we are going to discuss all over this. Okay. So in our next of the video, we will be discussing late about our evolution of data science, how data engineer is different from data science, what are data analytics people, what are the skill set, so that you will be knowing where data engineer actually lies, why it is different from software engineering, and what is included if it is trying to include the software engineering into itself. Okay, so this was about the glimpse of data engineering. Hope you like the video. For all of that and more, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share with your friends. Thank you.